I know your boy is like a week late on this review, but we're still going to jump into the details and do a full review of the recently released Zion Williamson Jordan 1 Low and that Voodoo alternate. Let's jump in. As the name suggests, Voodoo Alternate, this is the second iteration of the in-house collaboration between Zion Williamson and Jordan Brand. We got that original pair back in 2022, but we'll talk about those in a little bit. Release date for this pair of Jordan 1 lows was last Wednesday, which was October 29th. Retail price was $165. They released in men's sizing and grade school GS sizing as well. Like I mentioned, this is the second iteration between Zion Williamson and the Jordan 1 Low Voodoo. The original pair released back in 2022. That pair was super popular. That was in the midst of the crazy Jordan 1 craze, back in the 2020 to like early 2023. So those got a little bit of extra boost. Right now we are in a low period for Jordan 1s, especially Jordan 1 lows as well. So you can actually find these on a few shelves here and there. That original pair did not release in GS sizes either, so this one is definitely a lot more available in terms of men's sizing and kid sizing. Many retailers, your major foot sites like JD Sports, Foot Locker, and everything actually got this pair of shoes. I believe the first time it was just the Nike sneakers app and probably some tier 0 stores they did not release in your normal foot sites. So that in itself makes it a lot more available. I actually grabbed an extra pair from one of my homies that actually took an L on a Nike sneakers app by walking in the store later, the week of the release, a couple days after. I got this on JD Sports from the exclusive access. So there's a bunch of different ways you can get this shoe right now. They're not super expensive on the resale market. Do a little bit of footwork and you may be able to stumble across these in one of your local stores. As you guys may know, Zion Williamson is a NBA player that plays for the New Orleans Pelicans. Voodoo is very tied into the history, the heritage, and the lore of New Orleans. So obviously that is where the inspiration for this shoe came from. Just for a little bit of backstory, that original pair was a lot cleaner to me. In my opinion, the green and brown hues. This one is more like a nighttime version of that, like a more spooky Halloween season version of that shoe. That other one is a more fall, a lot brighter version of this collaboration. But to me, these are both very dope shoes. Let's take a closer look at the materials and the details on the Zion Williamson Jordan 1 Low and this Voodoo alternate. You guys can see the paneling breakup is very, very unique to this shoe. I love the color choice, the color palette that they chose for this shoe. You see that little voodoo doll on the back. You see that heel tab is actually upside down, and it does have underneath each back tab. That one says Zion, the other one says Williamson. Like I said earlier, we have some scratch marks for some of the voodoo inspiration and everything like that. It's basically an all over suede for the most part. It is a pretty rough suede, besides on the back heel and kind of the overlays and the eye stays in the toe box. The mud guard of the shoe is actually a canvas material. The two shoes are actually a bit different. They have different paneling on the shoe. If we compare the two pairs of shoes, you can see the paneling changes. One of them is a lot lighter, more of a purple on that toe box of that shoe. This one is a lot darker. Personally, I would say I like this pair more than the left shoe, but they are both very dope when they come together. I love the aesthetic of these. Nike and Jordan Brand also gave us 3 additional laces compared to the one that is actually in the shoe, which is more of a rope. This is like a waxy black, a waxy like that lime mint green on the shoe, and this one looks like more of that gray or anthracite, whatever the colorway is on those. So we do have option in terms of if you guys like swapping out. Unfortunately, I am not keeping this pair of shoes, even though they are very clean. Way too much coming out at the end of November and December. But I did try these on for a quick sizing guide for you guys. Typically, I go down half a size for my Jordan 1 lows due to the thinner sock liner than the high top version of a Jordan 1. But to be honest, I think the materials on this, the canvas and the suedes and everything, I would personally go with my true to size for this specific Jordan 1 low. I would stick with a true size 10.5. To be honest, I did feel a little bit of tightness, not necessarily tightness, but I could feel my foot up against that lateral outside pinky toe area in this pair of Jordan 1 lows. So personally, I would stick true to size, whatever your Jordan 1 low size is, or your Jordan 1 size rather. But if you guys are wide footers, like I always recommend, I am a normal to narrow length foot, so I typically go true to size, but wide foot you would probably go up half a size. Like I mentioned, we are about a week after the actual release of this pair of Jordan 1 lows. Right now, resale price is like 20, 25, 30 bucks above retail in most sizes. Some is actually less than 15 bucks above the retail of 165. So for a great shoe, an in-house collaboration, you got a great mix of materials, a shoe that's definitely going to stand out in its own regard. If you're going to go grab them, if you cannot find them, for retail, of course, I would say that the secondary market right now is at a great price point to grab this pair. Like I mentioned, this pair is a very dope pair of Jordan 1 lows. I do love theme shoes when they are done right. That little small backwards mini swoosh is a very, very, very creative and dope touch on this pair of shoes. But personally, there's so much coming out very soon. We have the Taxi 12s coming out at the end of this week, so this one is going to have to fall to the back. This one will not be staying in the collection. I personally like the original pair more than this pair anyway, so I would much rather put my money towards that pair. But this is a very dope pair. If you can grab these for under retail or something in the future, I would definitely grab one to keep in the collection. But it's a very dope pair of shoes, but not one that will be staying in the stacks. As always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to yet another one of these videos. Like I mentioned, the Taxi 12s are coming out. That is one of my favorite shoes of all time. So that video is probably going to be coming out very soon as I touch those in hand. But please make sure to hit that like button. Drop the comments down below if you picked up this pair. Let me know which one you like more, the original Voodoo, or if you like this 2.0, this alternate version more. Hit that subscribe button. We're pushing towards 2,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. But until next time, thank you guys.